YouTube algorithm. You put what's trending in your title. You clickbait and then you get views. You scream at your fans, go on Omegle and dance. You eat people's AirPods. You cut people's earphones. You blast inappropriate songs in the library and react.
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm doing a new what if. And this is a My Hero Academia what if. Because Naruto what ifs, I kind of cleared everything from Naruto what ifs and they're kind of repetitive. So I want to start something new. So basically, Bakugo tells Deku that he's pretty weak because he doesn't have a quirk. So Deku's really mad about this. So once he sees All Might, he will be told that he should just do a normal job and not become a hero at all because he has no quirk. And so Deku had this fuming hatred, and once a villain sees this, more preferably Shigaraki, when he was walking by with the hood on, he sees Deku and asks, "What's wrong, little child?" When Deku sees Shigaraki, he gets really pissed because this is a villain, so he runs at him, but Shigaraki holds him down, and this is what he says.
Heroes and villains both thrive on violence, but we're still categorized. You're good, you're evil. That's how it is. Symbol of peace? In the end, you're just a tool for violence.
Deku is in shock. After all, Shigaraki is right. All we're used as is a tool. A good marketing system. Heroes are for tools, but villains, they can do whatever they want. This was going through in Deku's head, and Shigaraki said,
"Come, my child."
It took him some thought, but in the end, he reluctantly joined Shigaraki. He wanted to see what they're up to, and once he arrived to the villain's base, he is introduced by this man who is like a Guessence ghost. I have no idea who that black hole name is, so I'm just gonna call him Black Hole. You know who I'm talking about, the guy who makes portals and everything. So yeah, I'm sorry I don't know his name. Comment down below what his name is. So he sees a screen and he sees someone talking through it. And once Midoriya comes in, he hears a voice.
Well, hello, Midoriya.
And you are?
I am All For One, the person who is the rival of All Might.
Within hearing this, Deku's face goes blind, and All For One says, "Wake up." Alright, so basically what happens is Deku is greeted by All For One's like real body, and Deku is shocked to see him. So you're All Might's rival, I see. Deku's manner changed. From Shigaraki's training that Deku got, he became a very dark person, what you see of like Sasuke Uchiha, who doesn't care much about this world. And Deku says, "So you giving me a quirk?" That's what I heard from Shigaraki. All For One says, "Yes, and your quirk is very powerful." So Deku's quirk is going to be bone manipulation, so he can like stretch his bones out and they get really strong and they can go from underground and beat the opponent up. And it literally shows Deku's bones coming out, so that's going to be his quirk. Now, to be more of a threat, Deku does pose as a student and goes to the UA High, and he does take the exams. And he tells the administrators that he actually does have a quirk and tells Bakugo that I've been lying to you all this time and made a fool out of you. And Bakugo gets mad at this. Now, when Deku was against the machines, Deku actually just casually just poked the machines with his finger, and it was just like exploded. And everybody was shocked to see this. Now, when Deku and Bakugo had their face-off, it was clearly one-sided. Deku was destroying Bakugo in every way. He was able to dodge the attacks, and Bakugo kept on screaming, saying, "Get back here, Deku!" And Deku hasn't even used his quirk yet. And that's what he addresses to Bakugo. Bakugo screams, destroying the entire building apart, and Deku doesn't seem to be hurt. He shielded himself with all his bones. And Bakugo said, "Your little trick is not going to work on me now." And Bakugo fills up all his cannons with sweat and blasts at Deku. And Deku doesn't even seem to be phased. "Bakugo, are you really trying against me?" Bakugo gets mad at this because he knows he's trying his hardest. Then Deku just destroys Bakugo. Deku then reports this to Shigaraki, and Shigaraki says,
"So the villains are pretty weak compared to the heroes, I see."
"I'm not saying they're completely weak. I mean, Bakugo was able to cripple me to death, but I wasn't able to show it.
So Bakugo must have trained. He must be at the top.
And yes, Deku was crippled internally, and Bakugo doesn't know that. So Deku and Bakugo are around the same level. I don't want to make him too OP. So yeah, and Shigaraki was kind of scared about this because he underestimated the kids. Now, the thing is that Shigaraki wants Deku to be known all around and be a powerful villain at the age of 12. And obviously, they won't know Deku's like real identity because he's wearing a mask. Because I want Deku to like be an undercover person from the UA Academy. So, yeah, so Shigaraki gives him a name by, and his name is Bone Killer. I know it's pretty bad, but I honestly don't even care. So the next major event is when the villains attack and when All Might like loses his 3 hours. So yeah, that's our next event, and that's what's gonna happen. So this time Deku does not go to the academia where they like do that thing where they just like see all the sets. So he comes in as Bone Man, and he calls in sick and says that he has like an important emergency to deal with at home, and they excuse him. So once they get attacked, the first person he goes after is Todoroki because he's really powerful. So once he keeps on destroying people, Todoroki sees somebody in the back and he's wreaking out a lot of bloodlust and hatred. And Todoroki was able to like attack with his ice power, but then Deku blocked it easily. And Todoroki said, "This is the first time somebody has ever done that to me." Deku does not say a word, and he attacks. Deku glances over at Shigaraki's direction and he's getting absolutely bodied by All Might. So Deku then digs under the ground, leaving Todoroki there at a standstill, and Todoroki was really confused what happened, but decided to dismiss it. And then Todoroki just like followed Deku, but he was too late because he dug up and All Might was hit, and like this was a bone attack, so he was stabbed. All Might was struggling to breathe, gasping for air. His form was about to be let loose.